Hey everybody, welcome back. Here at the house and taking a little bit of a breather, I guess. But let me dig into this. There's times when I know I just jump right into stuff and I don't give the reason why, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on. Even like the dreaming stuff that I had last night. It's crazy, people. I mean, to think that uh, some of the areas that I walk through and I see and then you click on reality and you start seeing all this stuff as far as demonic. They have I don't know if it's a new movie coming out or if it's a television show. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's called Late Night with the Devil, and it's supposed to be a talk show host back in the 70s. I gather I think it's between 75 and 77 or something like this that this thing was supposed to take place. Well, we go back with the whole thing of The Exorcist, right about that time too. But it really, I'm not going into The Exorcist part of it. But what I'm saying is this girl, but notice it's another girl, and if I'm not mistaken now, please, if you go to look this movie up, please ask for protection. That's all I can say. People are just leave it alone. Um, but I will go back and I will verify the name. But I'm almost positive the girl's name's Lily, which really set me back because the books and stuff that I have read through the demonic realm of being into the witchcraft and all that type of stuff, it perceives that Lily was one created right after Adam. Well, Lily disobeyed. She didn't want to be under the authority of man and left the garden. Well, and then it goes into a whole thing about Lily, what she is and is capable of in all these different realms. And the amazing part about it is a lot of the witchcraft and stuff is brought from the strength of this Lily. Lili is how they would say it. But and the interesting thing is that total chaos, the more they keep toying with this, it's like toying with the Ouija board and all these things. The more you toy with it, you're going to get burnt. And that's exactly what starts happening in this movie. People, that's what's happening out here. You know, I guess, first of all, I just want to just say thank you guys. Thank you for a couple years now that I gather this has been going. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look to see when the first video was even posted, but I can't even do that because the person that had the videos deleted all the videos. So, you know, that's okay because you're not hurting me. I mean, you're coming against God. So you took messages away from God. It makes sense because you become that Lili person. And it's as simple as that. I mean, there's no other way around it. There's no other way to look at it. So, well, I'm saying this for a reason because you guys are great. I mean, it's just an incredible. I don't care if there's one follower or if there's 10 million. You guys have got to be the best people yet because you guys have stuck through this roller coaster ride. You guys have commented and good or bad, we've stuck through it, and here we are. I guess somebody was interested in somebody that commented on one of the videos, and so they got my email, which is on here, and they said, "Hey Nelson, um, appreciate all you do, but I looked up this person that commented, and I understand now why you say what you're saying." And I said, "Well." My reply before I get to that, I replied back to them and I said, "Thank you very much. And yes, you can send me videos and stuff, but just remember if it's on prophecy of the end times or anything like that, most likely I probably will not watch it. Unless I've already spoken about it and it's actually presented. Once I speak about it, I don't care. I'll watch stuff and I'll read it because at this point I already spoke it before I've heard it. and I just don't want thoughts to get from somebody else's thoughts, and I want to give you exactly what God's given me. So that being said, they I was talking about, and I asked the guy. I said I won't give you a last name because he's on email. He didn't comment on the videos. But the guy that I was talking about doing videos, his name was Jeff. And me and Jeff kind of went back and forth for a bit, and I said, Jeff, your YouTube channels, man, I don't get it. I don't get it, and I'm going to say it again, and I know you're okay with what I'm about to say because we agreed to disagree. Because here's the problem, Jeff. I understand that you served in the military. Thank you for your service. Again, that's about as far as I'm going to go with it because you volunteered. Now if you were drafted in or if you served in one of the major wars or even Vietnam, what a joke of a war that was. But I say it this way because at least you guys get more respect now coming out of the military in these days. And I'm saying it like that because it's about how it is. But Vietnam veterans came back out, people, they were spit on. They were treated like garbage. They got garbage of jobs. That's why the tire manufacturer boomed because of Vietnam vets. How would you like to go to war? I mean, think about it. I know there's a lot of, things that happen over there and people have trouble with it. But, I even know a couple people that I talked to, and I said, "Are you a God man?" And they said, "Yes, I am a very godly man." And I said, "Then call out the depression, call out the things you see, call it out, and stomp that devil right back into freaking hell where he belongs." Now, knock the nonsense off. And I'm saying it like this, people, because this is sometimes how you got to grab people's attention. Because if you're a God-fearing man, you have the power and authority to send that devil back to where he came from. Yes, it's sad. It's horrible, the things that you had to do. And I agree. Killing somebody is a thing that most people will never experience and hope that, gosh, they never, ever have to experience such a things. When you physically take your fist and you do things with your fist that you are never meant to do, it's a permanent mind-waking experience forever. When you have to shoot somebody to stay alive, you're going home. If you're an officer out there, sometimes things go wrong. It doesn't make it right or wrong. You did what you had to do, stand by it, unless you're just one of those people that are just pure hatred. And we have pure hatred everywhere. That's why there's laws in place, but we don't follow the laws. That's why we have such a hateful life out here. The devil's playground, people, is growing, and people, you just don't want to see it, or you just don't care. People cut you off anymore, flip you off, throw stuff at your cars. Don't tear up somebody's property. I don't care how much you're mad at them. Tearing up their property, how old are we? Oh, they're going to have to replace a window. They're going to have to do this. Oh, I want to see karma. Be careful, because karma may just come back at you for what you wish upon somebody. I hear videos where the people say, "Oh, I pray to God that you die in prison." Awesome. And this person that said this, people, this person that said this was a godly man. He claimed to be godly. And he's asking God to kill somebody in prison. Yes, I understand. Your children may be raped. Your children may be killed. Your children may have to go through bad situations. But I'm telling you right now, correct me if I'm wrong, if you go back and start looking at some of this sick, twisted people, how do they get to hold of your kids' information? Because your kids put it on their Facebook, YouTube, you chat, I'm chatting, you're here, I am. You might as well just walk down the road freaking naked and walk right into their vans. Seriously. Because I watched my sister that was a year and a half older than me, I watched her give a crap more about her drugs and more about herself and more about what she could get out of somebody than anything else. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. Look around your life. But anyways, where I'm going with this is, Jeff, I don't get it. I really don't get your videos. They're interesting, very interesting. And I can say that in a bad or good way. Just like I say, wow. If I put one wow, I'm interested to see where it's going. First of all, Jeff, you started off saying that you're the godliest. You're the godliest person and the inspiration uh, of most people that you know. Okay, great. But then I'm starting to watch your videos, and you're putting out here. Uh, Now, granted, I've only watched the one, and now this other one. The first one we had our conversation with, and at the same time, I told you I just got a one of the followers posted another video of yours. So I'm like, all right, let me see what you got. And I said, I'm going to watch it, and then I'm going to do a video on it. And then I said, because speaking of, and what a perfect timing, because the dream vision slash thing I had last night, and seeing this interview with the devil, pretty much movie or whatever coming out, plus all the other nonsense. You look at Beetlejuice 2 is coming out. People, what in the world? I mean, we might as well just open up the freaking portals, and we might as well just throw God's Bible into the trash, and we might as well just say, here you go, Lucifer, you can have it all. Because that's all we're doing. We're thinking this is a joke, and it's not a joke. I'm telling you, when hell comes a knocking, it's not going to forget. You got to understand, when the Antichrist, Damien, takes place, when the risen up is gone, do you really think you're the sinner of all sins? I mean, you're enjoying this world. You think that Lucifer is going to walk by you and give you a nice pat on the back? No, Lucifer's going to drag you straight into hell, because he doesn't need you no more. He's just got to finish off these in-between people. And there's more of those now than there is satanic people or godly people. Where do you fall on this, Nelson? I'm glad you asked. Because lately, I'm having a hard trouble. I'm fighting. I'm really fighting really hard to stay in that God's comfort. Because I'm starting to get real angry at people, and these fake people that are on here. And Paul told me, Paul was Saul, became Paul in the Bible. Paul, yes, I have had a conversation with Paul numerous times. Believe me or don't, I don't care. Like I said, when you get there, call me a liar then. Or when you're standing in hell and you see it, I hope God gives me that opportunity to go back in hell and look you straight in the face and go, am I a liar now? What do I have to gain? I mean, honestly, if I go to heaven, if I go to, and I know hell exists, and I don't want to go there, that's the only thing I got to gain right now by standing here bold-faced lying to you. That's the only thing I have. That's the only thing I have to gain right now, is going straight into hell. And let me tell you right now, nobody, and I mean this truly, nobody on this earth, no matter how much I love somebody, how much I care somebody, nobody is worth my soul and spirit being surrendered to that pile of garbage, Lucifer. That guy has done nothing but bring pain and heartache. And that's all he's going to do. He's a liar, he's a thief, he's a destroyer, and he is here to finish killing, robbing, destroying everything in your life. It's coming. But Jeff, here's my question back to you. And I really hope you come on here and first of all, I just want to say Jeff wants to do a podcast. It's his podcast, and he asked me if I would come on and do his podcast with him and voice my side of it and compare to his side. And I said, absolutely. I don't mind standing on fair ground, just like I'm saying, let's come on here and do a Zoom. And we can post it over here so people then can go and watch your interview, and people can come and watch this side of it. Not that saying either side's going to be anywhere, because you told me you give me 100% freedom to speak as I'm doing now. And as a man to a man, I respect you, Jeff. I honestly, whether we see eye to eye or not, but I do respect you. But what I'm saying is, and all I'm saying is, and if you still want to do it, I'm more than game to do it. But all I'm saying is, what you're doing is a lot of people are starting to do these videos, and great. It's fantastic. It's fantastic to learn survival. I've learned survival, but I learned survival not by a trainer, not by somebody teaching me. I learned it by some old man under a bridge that I believe today was Jesus. And I learned by doing. Nobody taught me how to dig a hole in the ground to stay warm in the winter and build a piece over there. Nobody taught me to take old pieces of pipe and chimney it up. I figured it out because the smoke kept coming in. So I started thinking about looking at houses and going, well, they got a chimney. Smoke rises. So let me see what I can do. You'd be surprised what you can find in trashes and what you can find on alleyways and what you can find in dumpsters, construction dumpsters and stuff. You'd be surprised what you could find in trash. But my thing is this. Here's what I don't understand, why everybody flocks to these hell videos. Everybody flocks to this how to survive. Bravo, you survived. Okay, you survived. Let's just say you're not one of the chosen ones because you're wishy-washy and who knows. But I do say there will be some time. I truly believe God's going to leave certain people even like me, because I know for some reason I just got this feeling that God has something great for me to do when this rapture comes. And see, am I terrified? No, because I know he's going to give me the strength, and I know he's going to give me the places to go, and I know where he's going to send me to get food and water for people that are with us. But here's the problem with this. Here's where I don't. This is where I discredit this stuff. First of all, this ain't Hollywood. You're not going to stand in the middle of a damn field, and you're not going to fire rounds, and you're not going to stand up on a mountain, and you're not going to fire 1,000 meters away and hit your target and kill it. They're not going to step on there and flares going to go off and, pew, 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 and all these cameras are going to go off, and you're going to be sitting in a room watching all these cameras, because I'm telling you right now, look behind you. What do you see? A door. What don't you see? The spiritual realm. What don't you see? The demons manifesting themselves. You're going to stop a demon? Why can't you do it now then? And yes, I'm kind of really compassionate about this right now. I mean, that's why I'm fired up about this, because you obviously you don't have no idea what you're telling people. You can't destroy a demon with bullets. You can't destroy them no matter what kind of tent you have, no matter what kind of freaking water boots you're putting on and going into water and putting a stupid pipe in your mouth. We're not in the Navy SEALs here. Think about it. You're not training somebody for war to go fight man. You need to be spiritual fighting. Come on, Jeff. And anybody else that does these videos on these survival, look, and Jeff, come on, man. I mean, that coat you opened up that's got all the pockets in it, you got knives and you got this crap and all this stuff and Band-Aids and, I'll sew myself up. Okay, Rambo. Okay. I literally want to see you get gashed open like, they're in First Blood, and you take that string and that little hook thing and sew yourself up. I bet you pass out. I might be wrong. You might be, because common sense puts in your logic thinking going, this is going to hurt. And the first time you start jabbing it, it'd be like in the Saws movie when they put the key right behind the guy's eye. All he had to do is take his eye out. Yeah, he's never going to see again, but he could live. Instead, the trap did what? Because he couldn't do it. If you're standing outside in a burning building and your child's in there, before you come out and see those flames, you would probably go back. You would go through there and do whatever you had to do. But once reality kicks in, it's fight or flight. And most people will fly away. You're talking about a demon. You're talking about Lucifer. You're talking the prince of all evil. And you think you're going to do a video to teach people how to survive this total chaos? You think before these demonic things even take place that these people that are here are not special trained people that know more than what you ever known? Jeff, I'm sadly mistaken. Your property is only secured for about 4 or 5 minutes before they come busting down through there. Because the things I've seen in these visions, they're not coming solo. They're not coming a couple buddies that form together here and trying to do a break-in of your property. No, they're coming in packs, my friend. Packs. I don't care how many guns you have, and I don't care how much defense warning you have. I don't care what you have. It's man-made. And that logic garbage that you have on there, the only thing I didn't see was a generator. Because if they take your power out, Jeff, if they take your power off, that battery's only good for how long before it shuts completely down? Once you lose total power, your cameras and all that self-defense mechanisms you put out there is zero useless. And a guy like me is going to come stomping up through there. You know, when I repoed cars, and I told a guy, he said, so far we've never been able to get this car because of the alarm system. Supposedly, if you raise a car up high enough, well, guess what? The damn thing's still going to go off no matter how high you raise it up. I said, if you got the damn thing, if you hook to it with what we call the grabbers, you grab and hook, and then strap it down the road. Bring that piece of junk up in the air. I don't care if the alarm's going off. Once I got it, my hooks around it, I raised it up, and I was driving down the road. I don't care if that alarm's waking up the whole damn neighborhood. I would strap it. Most of the time, I would get a couple miles up the road and strap it. If I seen a car pulling out and falling, I'd keep going. That car fell off, it fell off. But I had my chains hooked. So if it did fall, it's just going to drop right down. That's why you should pay your car bills. And this is why, if you're going to not pay it, and you know crazy guys like me are coming to find your car, you might want to leave a key there so we can start it. Otherwise, your car is going to be destroyed and you're still going to pay for it. I got legal papers. I call the cops. I do everything legal. If it's in the garage and that garage door is open, I didn't force my way into nowhere. I can freely walk in your garage and take it. I know some repo guys might disagree with that, but it's true. As long as I'm not opening the fence, if the fence is, even if there's not a lock on it, I can't open the fence. But eventually, I'm going to find you. And what I said was, I told the guy, I said, how do you feel about me putting a little hole through your fender? He said, what do you mean? I said, that's what I'm asking you. No bigger than that. I mean, like a drill bit size. How do you feel about that? Oh, I can fill that in. I don't care. Okay. Drilled through the fender, right into the battery. I came back. Lifted the car up and down the road I went. See, I had a key, but it won't start if that alarm goes off. See, if you don't have power, you can't power up nothing. So then what are you going to do? You're going to fire a bunch of rounds? Because as soon as you start firing out, you're either going to have to come out a door, you're going to have to stick out a window, and don't think that these guys don't have somebody watching where them bullets are coming from. As soon as they go there, they put their target, their little red dot scope, boom. That's what you're counting on? And Jeff, I don't mean no disrespect by this video or anybody else that's posting these videos, anybody else that watches these videos. I'm just saying, wake up, people. Wake up. You're going to fight the devil with a gun? Okay. All right. Good luck with that. Good luck. I don't understand how many. What I don't understand is these people claiming to be Christians. These people wasting their time walking in churches and sitting there and just watching and listening and whatever's going through their mind. I bet you half of them didn't even hear 5 words and probably even paid attention to the whole service. Because you know why? There's no fear of God anymore. We don't fear God. Instead, we fear scary movies. But when I watched the small clip that this person sent me, I was like, okay, well, let me go pull this trailer up and look at this thing. And at first I'm going, oh my gosh, man, this is like every other nonsense show in the world. And then when it got to the girl transforming into the demon, the devil, oh, it got real. It got real fast because I've seen that one too many times. So I'm wondering, the creator of this, either are you in that realm or have you just personally been in a bad place where you have experienced that realm? Either or, it's not a good thing, and you shouldn't be doing these type of movies. You know, we're looking at, I said Lucifer will come into the 5th season. If it is already past this 5th season, I don't know, but I'm just saying if it isn't, he's coming into the fifth season. I believe he's coming into the fifth season now, and I really can't even tell you if I'm right or wrong on this. But if he's already had his fifth season, then I'm curious to see what his rankings were, because what I seen, he would be ranked still the number one season that people watch. And from what I've seen on it, the bits and parts that I have watched, that's exactly what he's like. When he's done with you, he has no need for you. Because you got to understand something, people. Once you are left here, the only way you're going to go to heaven is not taking the mark and going through all that you're going to go through. Because remember, you're not going to die of thirst. You're not going to die of hunger. You know, because we know if you go without water 3 days, most likely you're supposed to die. Jesus went through it 40 days. Did he drink or eat? I don't know. The Bible really doesn't say. All it says is that they came and comforted him. The angels came and comforted him back to health. It doesn't mean he didn't drink something. I don't know. I never asked Jesus because it's someone's walking above. And I know it's not Darlene because she's at the pantry and I have the truck and the car. But there it is again. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but anyways, teach their own. I know some of you might be going, well, dang, I'll be running up them stairs. If I thought it was a person, I'd be going up there. If it's a demon, what can they do? I have no fear, people. I have no fear of dying, and I truly mean this. And I'm not bragging about it. I'm just saying, I've been dead. The only thing I fear is God sending me back to hell. I have no idea what that is walking up there, but it has no authority. If it's a person, it still has no authority. They may do what they want to do for a split moment. There's consequences for everything people do. There's consequence for people that kill people, rape people, torture people, put them through sex trafficking. Let me tell you what, you sex traffickers, oh my gosh, people. I know it's hard, but the Bible says we must pray for our enemies. And anybody that has been a sex trafficker or you're still involved with it, I mean, look, there was 200 and some people just got caught in sex trafficking. And I believe it was, in the name and authority of Jesus Christ, I rebuke whatever this is. His blood is powerful, his blood is mighty. I rebuke you. I wonder if that voice got caught on this camera. Well, I even got the mic plugged in. For some reason, I felt to plug the mic in. And actually, I'm kind of hoping it did. I'm kind of hoping it did, so you guys could seriously hear this stuff. People, this stuff I hear all the time. I see stuff all the time. It's so horrible now. I mean, I'm waking up and literally looking around. Like this morning, I asked Darlene a few times. I was like, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "Well, I just take it you just don't want to talk." She has no idea. And I told her, I said, "You have no idea what I went through. I mean, it's you know, be careful what you ask for, people. I mean, it's intense. I mean, and this is why I'm firing on this video like this, because I'm firing all cylinders on this, because enough's enough. I mean, we're leading people into witchcraft. We're leading people into, uh, the demonic realm of altars and all this stuff because it's on these movies, waving magic weapons and going through each and every avenue and state of what's happening here, and it's crazy because we're letting the demonic realm take place. We're letting these things unfold, and we're thinking this is okay. But the thing of it is to conquer it, you cannot be fearful. And to go through the life and have to go through life fearing and being afraid. That's what the devil wants. So you can go out there and do all your survival tactics and all the things that you have learned. Now, Jeff, I understand if correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you're going to watch this video, and I'm going to put your name in the title, but it's for everybody too that's watching these foolish movies and going on. Um, but you were Navy SEAL, if I'm correct. So, I'm not taking anything away from your hand-to-hand combat or your survival skills or anything like that. I mean, I got survival skills, but nothing compared to what you got. I mean, nothing. I mean, if I had to get stuck on an island somewhere and trying to escape Alcatraz, you would probably be the guy I would want with me. Or living in a jungle, you would probably be the guy that I would want to lead me out of something, and I would never say a word. But yes, sir. How do we get out of here? I mean, because that's respect for what you know and for what you've done. But then we go through the whole theory of which service is better than. I mean, my gosh, the Army claims that they're better than the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps goes on there and sets up and secures the situation and sets up the bases and all this crap. The Army comes in and the Marines get pissed off at them because they claim all this and they don't even go in there firsthand. Now, I don't know how true that is. I just know a Marine told me that, and I know a guy that it's in the service, and he told me the same thing. He said, Nelson, we don't even step foot in there until the Marines has got it all secured. They like the Navy. The only reason why they like the Navy because they give them fine boys a fine ride over to where they're going. This is our United States military, people. It's almost like everybody's against everybody. We need each other more than what people think that we truly do. Do I want to get left here? No, I don't want to. I honestly don't. But I'll do whatever my Lord Jesus Christ, my personal Savior, wants me to do. Because, like I said, I served the devil too dang long. I did more for that devil than I ever needed to or would have, should have, could have, would have done. But he convinced me he loved me. Even though all the stuff that I had to go through. Well, he was wrong. So was I. I was wrong to come against the Bible. I was wrong coming against God. And I was wrong to tell God I hated him. I still think, because every time, maybe God put me back here just to think about the things that I did. And I think about that boy every time I try not to even go down that part of the street because I don't like to cross and look at that house. I wish it would fall down. I really do. I wish it would burn down. I wish it would just be tore down. Obviously, somebody is still paying the taxes because they haven't tore it down yet. It's a haunting, the most haunting thing. And then when I drive down there and I see that field over there, it's still open field. Nothing's grown through it. Does anybody not find that a little creepy? I mean, there's something wrong. Why are they maintaining this? Somebody's got to be mowing it then. I mean, we're talking, I'm 52 now. So I'd have to do the math, but I'd have to write it out and do it. But 52 years old, and I was almost 15, about 15 when I entered into that home. So you do the math. And it's not overgrown. It's just a field. I mean, it's a field around brush and woods. Why? I believe when people are murdered and they're put into a cold ground, their blood is like Cain and and that whole thing with Cain and Abel. I know because his blood's crying out to me. I remember time walking down the towpath and we got by this railroad tracks, uh, bridge looking thing going over it, and I remember walking back and I seen this blonde headed girl standing right out in the woods and just going like this to me. First of all, just because it appears to be a blonde headed girl doesn't mean it's a blonde headed girl. Second of all, I was so shocked by what I was seeing. And it's weird because that's the same place where Darlene's seen them hounds of wolves coming out. I called them the hounds of hell because that's about what it sounded like to me. They came out there and, the only thing she could think to do is pray. Well, I wish I could think about that sometimes because sometimes I just keep staring over at stuff and going, I don't get overconfident though because I know dang well you slip up and the devil's got you. Devil's got you. That's what I keep saying to all these teens and all these people that are making believe. And, these people claim to be atheists and these people are chanting chants and going to altars and playing with fire and you're lighting candles and you got your own Ouija boards and you have no idea. You have no idea. None. You wonder why you're depressed. You want to know what's going on because there's something going on in your life that you just don't want to talk about. There's something going on in your life that you need somebody to help you and get away from it. In most cases, it's either a split marriage or it's something going on with the father or the mother. It could be bickering back and forth, or there could be a separation. There could be I can go down a list of things. But it still doesn't give an excuse to do what they're doing. I look at my ex-wife's oldest son, he was told all the time, ADHD, this is why he does what he does. He's got ADHD, let him. I said, all you're doing is putting that garbage in his head so he can get away and doing what he's doing. And I tried to even tell him one day, I said, you continue on, you're going to get a rap sheet from here to China, and you're never going to have a good job. You're never going to be able to do anything. You're just going to be, I want to be known. And he watches all these rap videos and all this stuff. Okay, well, you're known. You're known. Just like Tupac's known, huh? Some people say Tupac's still alive. I don't give a crap if he's still alive or not, to be honest with you. It doesn't matter who's alive and who's dead. I'm just saying, look at their lives. Look what they sell out to become what they are. Every videos and stuff we're seeing anymore, it's got devil horns, it's got red, it's got Illuminati, it's got all this stuff in there. Last night when I was walking through this vision, I came across the store, and yes, I'm going to speak the store. And if it hasn't happened, you're going to see it, and I believe you're going to run across this before this month's out, or even starting into next month. I just feel it that something with this is bad, and now I thank God that He didn't allow me to return because they were hiring for maintenance up in Macedonia, Ohio. And the guy flat out told me, I'm qualified. I had to relearn some of the tablets. He said, oh, don't worry. We changed the whole outlay of it and stuff like that. And then he asked me, what is one of the things you liked about Sean? I said, well, what I liked about my DM guy down in Florida was the fact that he was patient with me and he helped me until I started getting a really good hang of this tablet. And sometimes he would enter stuff in and then tell me, okay, Nelson, I did it, but this is how I did it, and showed me when he came into the store. Well, that guy, I guess he hired somebody that was already the guy came back, was coming back or something. I forget what it was. But one of the things he said after that was, it caught my attention really, really much. He says, I need more of a leadership role person than you are. Let me get this straight. I even told you all the stuff that I did at the Target down in Florida. All the things that I was teaching people because they were using lifts wrong. They were getting on the equipment wrong. And I took my time to train them when they should have already been trained. And I don't have a leadership role. Okay. That's your opinion of me. And I'm okay with that. You can have whatever opinion you want of me. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it right at all. But let me tell you something. They're foolish. Some people are foolish. But anyways, where I'm going with this Target, when I walk through the doors and I'm looking around, I seen this red platform and I seen a red ring. And I seen this statue sitting in the middle of it with these horn-looking things coming up out of its head. And I went, you got to be joking me beyond joking me. Because I'm telling you right now, if I worked there still in that nonsense, when this comes, if I was an employee there, I would have walked right out that freaking door. I'm telling you right now, there is no way I'm working under that nonsense and walking past that every day. Or I would have been fired because I would have took something and busted that thing up to shreds. And that's exactly how I feel about it. If that is true, people, I will never step back in another Target store again. Because we just went through this whole gay thing and this LGP whatever garbage it is. And then they did the transgender stuff. And now they're doing, when we worked there, I had a boss flat out tell me, well, because it's June and this and that, the Juneteenth thing and all this, if they were going to make it a paid holiday for them. I don't know if they ever did. But then they said, well, and I talked about this in videos again, and then it was like, if they want to take another break and you haven't taken your 15-minute break yet, as long as you don't interfere with your lunch break, you must take that in the 6 hours. I said, okay, what are you getting at? Well, if they just took a 15-minute break and you're getting ready to walk in there and they say, hey, are you taking a half hour or are you 15? 15. Okay, well, I'm going to take yours. I said, no, I will not do that, sir. I will not do that. Because my skin color does not matter. Hatred is hatred. What happened, happened. There's nothing we can do about it, but this ain't fixing it. Fixing it is changing history. Fixing it, sir, is stopping the violence and treating everybody as equal. Until we learn to do that, I don't care if you pay them a day. I don't care if you give them whatever. You look at what happened right down at the corporate office. 86% of the people that broke into the Target, destroyed it, busted out windows, 86%, this ain't my numbers, it's their numbers, 86% were American Africans. And I'm telling you, people, the videos that we watched, they were tearing the dang screen, the TVs off the walls and unplugging them. Busting out stuff, tearing up stuff. The crazy thing is, that's your Target. That's where you shopped. And when they finally did get a couple of them, they asked questions. Now, Target didn't press charges on them. But they did ask questions. Why'd you do it? Well, it's so darn gone expensive to go in there. We thought we would go in there and get the best of the best. It's a TV, people. There ain't nothing best the best. Because they put an outrageous price on it. Target's overpriced. We all know that. Most of these big chains are in trouble with something, one way or another. Could I lose my job? Yes, I can. Am I fearful of losing my job? No, I don't care. And I'm not cocky, and I'm not boastful, and I'm not doing any of that, people. I don't care because God, I trust 100% with my life, and I'm hoping that's what you're getting out of this video. It doesn't matter. I have God. And I have the Lord Jesus Christ. Why would they let me fail? They're not the Lucifer. They're not the Antichrist. They want you to fail. You think God is going to let them remove me from a place? Even if I lost my driving job today, if they, not Target, but I have no problems even saying it. So even if Walmart called me right now and say, hey, we don't like these videos, you got to stop doing them, you got to stop putting us in it, I'd be like, no, I have a right to freedom of my speech. The Constitution says so, and I'm not saying anything wrong about Walmart or Target. I work for both of them. You got to stop and think. Back in the late 90s, I unloaded Walmart trucks when I was working at a place, and I was working when I left that because the landscaping was ending, or if I was still doing landscaping, I'd go in there and unload trucks. I know how bad we were treated. You know, we'd walk around that store for hours trying to get the hell out of there because our shift was over. We couldn't find nobody to open the door. So then I'm sitting there thinking, well, we're locked in this damn place. Somebody says, what if there's a fire or something? I said, you see that emergency door? I said, I'm out it. I don't care. In about 10 minutes, if we don't find somebody, I'm walking over and I'm sounding that damn alarm and I'm walking out that door. I'm already off the clock. An hour we spent one night looking for our manager. And then all of a sudden he just appears out of freaking nowhere. We're beating on the office doors. We're going back to the back doors. And Walmart got sued for it. So it doesn't matter. I mean, you look at all these. There's in every store, every company, there's some kind of something. Do I like Walmart? It's an easy job. And I say for as far as trucking goes, but then again, I've been in vendors with Walmart, and I've sat for 5 hours. And then finally, the place was closing down. They said, well, we don't have a load for you. I said, well, your guy in there said something. Then I got to get on the phone with Walmart because it's the middle building. The middle building guy said that it's down there. That guy said 99.9%. This is where all your loads are coming from. I gave him the load pickup number. To make a long story short, they at least gave me something for it. But everything has its problems. There's problems in everything. It's what you take out of it. It's how much good can you find in it. Like a person. You can go all day and find all the negatives, but I've never seen anybody at least trying to find one good in somebody. The purpose of the day is to find good in everything. Something. Even if it's your spouse and you're losing love because the devil wants you to, because that eye candy is glistering over there and you keep looking at it. Well, go right ahead. Have yourself a big old bite of it. Because when you bite into that shiny apple and them worms come out, you done bit the forbidden fruit. You done went down Lucifer's pathway. You done went down and enjoyed your 15 seconds of lustful desires. Because your flesh is speaking to you. I want it. I got to have it. It's mine. This person loves me. This person's interested in me. No, that person's, I'm telling you right now, they're interested in your bedroom. Nelson, that's a little much. No, it's not. It's truth. It's what the devil does, people. Everything the devil does, it's temporary. Everything God does is forever. The devil gets a hold of your kids, and he gets them so far down in that trap, people, they're not coming back. You think all these people that walk into these movie theaters that's dressed up like the Joker and it's a copycat, that's what we keep calling a copycat. You know why? You know why we got so many copycats? Because you air it over and over and over and over and people love it and love it. These next person does it because they want the attention. They want their 15 minutes of fame. They don't care how the devil gives it to them. They just want it, and they're going to take that 15 minutes of fame and they're going to kill people, hurt people, and people, we're just going to come running out of there, trampling over people. Because why? Why the hell are you so fearful then that person's shooting up the place? Why are you running out of there? Because that's exactly the life you're living. You're living an unjust life. This is stuff you don't get in church. You know why? Because they're afraid of numbers dropping. If everybody came on here and unsubscribed right now, and there's nobody on there, then I'm doing it for the reason why God sent me to do it. To be the big mouth that I am, to come on here and splot the dang truth out to you, whether you want to hear it or not. And all these people that are getting offended because they might have a channel and they're taking it personal because, oh, you do this to me, I do it for God and all this. I don't, show me God then. Show me God. Show me. You want me to come on here and do some videos on how to survive? I can do it. I said it 1 billion times on this channel. Well, maybe not 1 billion. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Who's going to watch the video? You going to watch them all the way through? I doubt it. But I'm over exaggerating. But I did say it. The only thing that I believe I could not survive on alone, the TV show alone, is the fact of food. But if I could figure out the food part, like the majority of them, boredom, I'm used to it. Being alone, I'm used to it. That's the hardest part. Food, I'd find something. Poisonous snakes, poison venom, poison this. I got bit, I'm going home. And I truly mean it. May God is my witness. May he stop my tongue. And may he seal it. That I would say not another word. If anything I'm speaking is untrue, then let this video never happen. Let anything here never move on from this point. But he doesn't. Because he knows my heart. He knows my compassion, and he knows what drives me. He made me. The Lord brought me back. Nobody else. Jesus Christ did. And gave me breath. So all you people want to falsely accuse, and all you people want to come against, and all you people want to claim that I am something, and only thing I can tell you to do is pick up your cell phone and call 1-800-Jesus-Christ. May he have mercy on your soul when you're looking at the splinter here, but your plank is sticking so far out of your head, you can't even see it. Now's the time to repent, people. Now's the time to truly, truly find yourself. Because you got these people on here making these videos. You got these people on here. I don't know who said it now. I did. But anyways, you know who said it. God, I wish I can remember. I just read it too this morning. Dang. They mentioned something about prayer. These people are wanting money for prayer. Come all day with prayers for me. I'll pray with you all day and all night until I pass out from not having sleep. But then I'll wake back up and I'll still pray over you. And I truly mean this. Because let me tell you right now, prayer is free. And if you got to pay somebody or you got to pay for channels in the ministry, because all of a sudden they start out this way, then all of a sudden now they got a ministry. Or you see these people... you ever see the signs going down? They got to put it on there. Just got a divorce. Go to hashtag whatever, blah, 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 buy me a drink. It's a GoFundMe page, basically, people. That's all it is. They're just not asking for money. They're putting it out there, and it's up to you to do it. If you see this kind of nonsense on anybody's channel, get the heck away from it. Don't pay for prayer. Don't go fund any dang on thing. Because there's no need in it. And I know some of you might say, well, Nelson, you said somebody donated money to you and you bought new mics and stands and stuff. Yes, I did. And I told the lady no at first, and I told her no again. She was persistent. And I said, okay, if you send it, this is what I'm going to do with it. And that's what I did. I needed it. I was praying God. I was praying for him to deliver what I needed because it wasn't working out right. And then Jesus reminded me, he said, when you're in need, I will send someone. You know how many people that, because of misunderstandings or whatever, and then you just plain don't hear from them. You know, people, I'm losing all connection with any of this stuff. I mean, I'm just tired, and I'm tired of it. You know, I'm tired of really listening about how Trump's going to save the world. Trump can't save this world. I'm sorry, people. Trump cannot do it. Will he make a good president if he's elected again? If God wants him president, he'll be president. That's all I'm saying on it. That's all I'm saying. You have to make decisions, and you got to make choices. So that being said, I really, there was a few more things I wanted to say, but I'm not going to have time. And man, I might do a part 2 to this, and to be honest, just keep praying, people. We're in bad shape. We truly are. I mean, it's not looking good, and it's not getting any better. I mean, I understand why some of the people are doing the survival things, but I want to say, if you're ever caught in a situation where you never knew what you would do in a situation, and you say, "Oh, I would do this or that," and most of the time I would tell you, until you're in that situation, don't ever say what you would do. Don't cast judgment on someone else because you think you would do something. We all think we do something. It's like that hero that finally stands up in a hostage situation. I don't think it's a hero anymore. I think it's that fight, and I think they're just tired, and they'd rather die than. And that's how I would be. I know I would be. They're liable to pop a few bullets in me and maybe take me out before I even get up there. Maybe it's going to show an example that nobody else would do anything stupid like that, because that is stupid. But you can't help what your mind tells you and what you get tired of. You look at them in cases where people that flip over heavy objects to pull somebody out from underneath a vehicle. One case, I heard a lady lifted up a car off of her child. I don't know if it's true. But I don't underestimate the power of God, and I don't underestimate someone's body, what they're capable of doing. If we do, we're foolish. But if somebody does something wrong to your family, your kids, and I know some of you say, I don't give a crap what you say, Nelson, I'm going after him. Well, you got to be careful, because the demon's right behind you. We're to give it to God. We're to lay it at Jesus' feet. We're to pray. We're to pray hard for our enemies. It took me a long time, people, a long time. There's many I've said many times, if I was going to prison, I would take a few people straight to hell with me. Because if I'm going to prison, that's prison to me. Not a jail cell here that I'd eventually be released from or die in. I'm talking prison to me is hell. That's the prison I'm talking about. I'm not talking about it here on earth. That's the prison. If I'm going there, then if I know for a fact that my life was doomed there, then I'm taking the people that made me become this evil monster. I'm already going. I'm bringing the nonsense with me. Now, is that the right way to think? No, it's not. That's why I'm never going to be locked back in prison again. This is why I come and expose these people. Get them out of your life. Spiritual warfare, forget this, I'm going to survive at the end of times. Forget about it. Stop watching them stupid things. Start picking up this book right here. Start picking up this book and reading this book on how to survive the end times. God didn't make the book for us to survive into the end times. He made this book to get us out of here before the end times. That being said, there's a nugget to think on. God bless you.